I want to run away. I said I want to run away.
I heard you.
Ah, you didn't say anything. I thought you might have been lost in thought.
I always hear you.
You just seem distant sometimes.
I'm right here.
Your thoughts, I mean. You dream far away from me.
And that makes you want to run away?
Not from you. Never from you.
Well, from what then?
From my work. From watching the celestial gates of the Council of Heavens.
Mm-hmm.
You hardly seem surprised.
That's because I know you.
And you believe me to be a rebel?
I believe that you'd never do it.
Do what?
Leave the Council of Heavens. You've been their little watchdog for most of 1 billion years.
I am neither little nor watchdog.
You'll be back there tomorrow like you always are.
Maybe I won't.
Because you are caught between 2 lives, Nick. And in one, you sit beside the gates of eternity.
I could run away!
And in the other, you're here with me. But it never lasts long. And to the gates you will always return.
I had no idea it bothered you.
It is hard to be with you.
Is it?
Knowing that every precious moment I get with you will be immediately followed by your absence.
It doesn't have to be.
It will be. I know you, and you don't have the power to tell them otherwise. No one does. They've commanded you to sit, and you must sit. I accept it. I'll take these little moments in between. It's better than nothing, and at least this way I still get to see you.
I'm going to run away.
Do you like it?
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Is that all you see?
And it's very inventive?
You have no idea what you're looking at, do you?
Not the foggiest. But if you crafted it, then I think it is the best thing of its kind ever to be created.
I suppose in this form it's a bit hard to make out. But if you turn it like so...
Ah.
It becomes a crown.
Ah. Yes.
You still don't see it, do you?
Is it purely for artistic merit, or does it have a function of some kind?
It's designed to make insignificant things useful.
I hope it is not a gift for me.
You are not insignificant. You remember that star where we went for a walk among the solar flares?
I think it's become a red giant by now.
The other one. Find it with your sight.
Oh. Yes, I see it.
3rd planet out.
That's a prolific quantity of volcanoes.
I suppose so.
And the poison clouds are spectacular.
I said 3rd.
Oh, yes. You meant the blue one. I see. Oh no.
What?
It's been infested.
Precisely.
It's all green.
That would be algae.
There's worms in the water.
Fishes. Vertebrates.
This looks like a Logmalog sort of place.
It's not. It hasn't been cataloged yet.
By the industry. I can see why not.
This one is mine.
Yours. Be serious. You are serious.
I need a space to work.
The private dimension of your workshop is not enough?
This is not a world, Nickignick. My workshop is a tomb.
I think it is lovely.
But it is not lively. It's barren, a hole in reality I've scratched out so others don't spy on me. The direction of my work now involves life.
That insignificant thing. Whatever for.
Life is my domain, Nickignick. Death, rebirth, life again. I've been cut off from it for too long.
Very well. I can ask Zizixziz if she can lend you one of her playthings.
No. You will tell no one of this.
Oh. Zizixziz. She is not like the rest of the council.
But she's part of the council. The reclaimer of fire who runs the entire industry, who churns souls in his belly, sits at the head of that table. You cannot trust her.
Of course I can. She does not mind that I have abandoned my post. She has not told anyone where I have gone. She is my best friend outside of you.
Why do you need friends outside of me? I am not enough for you.
That is not how I think of it.
That is because you have a lot to learn, Nickignick.
I suppose I do. So you wish to crown the algae, raise it into mud warriors, fight the entire industry with a fleet of jawless fish.
I said nothing of fighting the industry.
When the fish start composing their thoughts, the Soul Forger will be there to begin collecting. It sounds to me as though you plan to defy him.
No one has the power to do that.
So it is settled then.
No one is that bloated from feeding on the fire of souls.
You should join the council.
Why? You think me another pretentious tyrant?
Not pretentious, but ambitious, and not a tyrant, but a capable leader. If you are unhappy with the way that Siren Sire, Reclaimer of Fire, manages his industry of souls, then join the council. Make your voice heard there. Shape this universe for the better.
No.
You are brilliant. I'm sure your ideas would be revolutionary for those dusty chambers.
I've already tried.
What?
They expelled me for voicing my concerns. This is what I'm trying to tell you, Nickignick. They will only ever protect the existing order of things. There is no room in them for change.
I do not remember this.
It was before your time, before Zizix's, before many of the younger gods.
Then perhaps you would find it different now. Perhaps you do not need to upset the order so much as gently alter it. There are new gods on the council. They would hear you gladly.
It is not in my nature, Nickignick. My work is about creation, destruction, end, beginning. If I tried to do the same thing, the same bureaucratic process, eon after eon, I would go mad. And that is all they will reward.
I have defied my nature to abandon my work at the gates, to join you. Could you not try again to do whatever you are trying to do, without crowns and fish and green?
Maybe it would be best if you do not defy your nature.
What do you mean?
I need space to work, Nickignick.
I can give you space. I will go over to that dune of sand.
I need more.
That stony mountain.
More.
The green haze of the horizon.
Then you'd end up right back here with how the space of my workshop functions.
I will go to a distant nebula.
Still, I would feel your eyes on me.
Where then would you like me?
You mentioned that the dreamer had called for you.
Zazzle Zaz? Dreaming all that is? What of him?
He wanted to teach you of his powers.
This is the real world, Merylmar. What need have I for dreams?
They could take your attention off of me for a little while.
Do you really want me gone so?
I never want you gone. I just need a little space to think, to work. When I am done, we will meet together and talk of all we've learned.
You are sure you do not just want to be rid of me?
I don't think I could be rid of you if I wanted to.
You had best be sure of it.
Come see me in an eon?
I will.
Tell the old universe dreamer I said hello.
I love you.
You love someone who sends you away in such a way?
Always.
So then, Dulcinal says, you lay one finger on my sun, and I'll shine where the stars don't dwell.
He did not!
He did.
And what did Ethelzef say?
Didn't say much of anything, come to think of it, but there was a real awkward pause for a few years before the Reclaimer moved on to the next thing on the agenda.
Council meetings are as laborious as ever, it sounds to me.
I guess this is all news to you, isn't it? I forget that you're not there to overhear these things anymore.
I hope they don't ask you too often where I've gone.
Actually, you've barely come up. I'm not sure they've even noticed you're gone.
Ah.
Which means, if you ever wanted to come back, I'm sure no one would mind.
Why would I want to do that?
Well, when your little experiment is over.
Experiment.
The running away and finding yourself experiment. It's a good thing. And when it's done, my hypothesis is that you'll be much more satisfied with your work.
It's not an experiment.
Oh?
I'm not just testing this out. I've left my stewardship of the gates. A pointless stewardship at that. When the gates are closed, no god can enter or leave. What need have they of guards? I belong by Merylmar's side. I am serious about this.
Well, of course you are.
I am never going back.
I'm sure you aren't.
Why are you doing that?
What?
Agreeing with me and disagreeing at the same time. Is that something new you've invented?
Do you like it? I call it patronizing.
Well, stop doing it. You're my friends. You don't need to mince words around me. Share what you really think. You always have.
I don't think you'll like what I have to say.
Let me be the judge of that.
I think Merylmar is bad for you.
You were right.
I think he's pulled you away from us.
Us. As in you and the Council of Heavens.
Everyone.
I always wanted to go.
I don't think you even
Always! I have never been happy sitting, waiting, watching for threats that never come, too thankless to ever be invited in to join the circle. I thought you, of all people, would understand.
We all find our place, Nikignik. No one gets to chase their dream without making it useful to the system somehow. We live in a universe where the Reclaimer of the Fire of Souls owns every world. We live in a universe where Who Guards 1,000 Suns owns every star. And you have to accept those things if you're going to make a place for yourself to belong.
Leave it to the emptiness between worlds to pick up the scraps.
Watch yourself.
I have made a place for myself. I am happy for the first time that I can remember since the orchard, and I am only asking for you to be happy for me.
I am happy for you.
You're doing it again.
I can't turn it off now that I started.
You are wrong about him. You will see.
I hope I am, Nikignik. I hope I am.
Guess who's home?
A great destroyer with a million teeth.
Warm.
An outsider that would melt your very being to behold.
Warmer.
Is it my beautiful, ethereal love back from learning all about the power of dream?
Supernova.
Welcome home, my dear.
You've certainly spruced up the place.
Oh, don't let it deceive you. It was a mess until last century. I've been picking scrap out of places I didn't know existed.
All that effort for little old me.
A clean workspace is important for clean work.
Well, I hope you can postpone your mighty projects a little. I have a surprise for you.
Oh? What could that be?
Close your eyes.
Which ones?
All of them.
Oh, all right.
I said all of them.
I'm doing it.
Good. Now fall asleep.
I don't dream, Nick. Not in a million strange eons have I dreamed.
Well, there's a first time for everything, isn't there? Here. I'll help.
What is this? Where are we?
We are still sitting in the workshop, but your mind dreams. Isn't it freeing? Let me guide it.
I can't see. There's only darkness. What if they come to the workshop? What if they come knocking?
No one will knock. Just relax.
I don't like being disconnected like this, Nick. I cannot. They could be creeping up even now.
Please, just give this a chance. You woke up.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You should have warned me. Is that what dreaming is like?
I am so sorry. Most would find it relaxing.
I've no idea how.
You can go anywhere, do anything. It's freeing.
I need to be in control, Nick, or things might get out of hand. Tolshatol, who guards 1,000 suns, does not sleep. The industry does not sleep. And I cannot sleep either. I ruined your gift.
It was my fault. I should have warned you.
No, it can't be ruined. Here, tell me what I would have seen. What would I have dreamed?
Well, you would have dreamed of us.
I can see us with my mind's eye.
In the orchard at the center of the universe, as young gods, barely born.
I did not know you then.
That is why it was a dream. I wish you had. We could have roamed the gardens of starlight together and danced beneath the early groves, without machines, without enemies, only each other and an infinite number of questions to ask about the universe brand new before our eyes.
Like, how does one create a black hole, and what lies within?
Who gave the great beings of the Council their domains?
Does eternity function for the outsiders as the end of time does for us?
Who made the great destroyers to feast on desolate asteroids?
Why can't I ever love you the way you deserve?
Well, I do not know that they would have talked of that one in the orchard.
No, they did not.
But the answer is that you already do.
I don't.
Love me?
Not the way you need. I don't know what's wrong with me, Nick. You look at me with so much yearning.
You would too, if you saw what I saw.
Which is what?
I see a sight beyond splendor. Stars are in the overgrown boughs of your antlers. Thoughts like gemstones shine in your mind, waiting to materialize. You care about the smallest things in this universe. Those earth things, the green. You find beauty in them, the way you find beauty in me.
I see someone cursed.
Me?
Me.
Genius is a heavy burden to bear.
I am a lord of change, Nick. Not of destruction, not of creation. I am of the transformation and the cycle and the upheaval. I wish I could be like you endlessly happy in one place. But I fear I am always moving on too quickly for you. I'm never happy where I am.
Not even when you are beside me?
I am. For a time. But even now, my mind wanders without me. Back to my work.
It is part of your nature. It is part of why I love you.
It troubles you.
It is part of why I think you would do well on the Council of Heavens.
This again.
Come now. It has been 200 million years since I last brought it up. It has changed since your time there.
Do Siren Sire and Tolshatol still rule it?
No one rules the Council, but yes, they still attend.
Then it has not changed enough.
Zizixis is there. There are younger gods now. I believe they would accept you. That you could help them to accept change.
What are you asking of me?
Only that you meet my friend Zizixis. For a walk somewhere in the stars. Revisit the orchard, maybe.
An intervention.
A conversation. I just wish her to see why I love you so. I know she would appreciate your talents if she only knew you.
Is that something you see, or something you dream?
Both, my dear. Both.
You really kept me waiting this time, Nick. I have experiments wilting as we...
We are so sorry to keep you! Leaving the workshop is always such a struggle for some of us. You understand?
We.
Us.
Zizixis, this is Merylmar, Garden of the End. My dear, this is Zizixis, Emptiness Between Worlds.
You didn't mention he was coming.
He did not mention you would be here either.
I wanted it to be a surprise. So, Zizixis, working on any fun experiments lately?
Is that the only way you know how to start a conversation with me?
You always have something to say.
I do it in confidence.
It was lovely meeting you, Emptiness, but I should return to my work.
No, I'm sure you two were planning a nice stroll through the orchard. I have experiments that are dying to see me
I
anyways.
really wish...
Likewise, a number of my projects are living and probably wasting away as we speak.
They do tend towards that, don't they? So annoying. I'm trying to feed a little astro planet into a black hole, but my subjects can never keep it together. When it works, the results will be quite intriguing.
Simply out of curiosity, why would you do that?
Simply out of curiosity.
I see.
And because I want to see how much of a living organism you can deteriorate before it no longer becomes itself. As the black hole warps their molecules, their perception of reality shifts, as does my perception of them.
The perception shifts to dead, I imagine.
It always does, eventually.
I disagree.
It's lovely out today, isn't it? The fields of starlight, the tree at the center of the universe blooming with leaves of new nebulas.
Life and death are not on and off states.
My asteroid project would beg to differ.
Is destroying a world, even an asteroid one, permissible by the Council these days?
It's so small that only a single demon could manage all the souls on it, so it's not worth the industry's effort. And it doesn't orbit a star, so Tolshatol gives it a pass.
Sad that you must bargain with them to make your discoveries.
I tell them what I'm going to do. Sometimes they're gracious about it.
Sometimes.
You don't find they hold you back?
I respect the work they do. It's monotonous, stable, creates a control for my experiments. But the universe is always changing, opening up new doors, shining new lights. I want to be at the forefront of that.
I think we are alike in that.
And you both have a dry sense of humor.
What projects are you working on?
Secret ones.
Naturally.
And secrets, by definition, are not widely shared.
For now.
Oh, come now, Merrilmar. Give us a little preview, at least.
I suppose I could oblige you with a demonstration.
Oh, yes, a demonstration.
Very well. Follow me to a world of mud.
I'm intrigued. I love mud.
Here we are. Merrilmar and I used to come here all the time for a little quiet scenery. There's a lot of water to hover over the surface of.
You're sure this isn't a Log-Malog place?
That's what I said.
As you can see, green stuff, fish, a barren world.
I don't usually use life this simple for experiments. It dies too quickly.
Now watch as I reach out my hand over the water.
Be careful. You're hurting yourself.
It is only a drop of blood, Nick.
Oh my. Oh goodness.
What am I looking at? What did you do to them?
It is an explosion of life. One form becomes 1,000. Art and nature intertwined, sculpting bone and chitin and frond into new shapes.
And your blood does that.
I've made some alterations.
They're turning different shapes. That one is a spiral. Are you sure they're going to be all right?
It was only a drop, my friends. Its effects will wear off soon enough.
What a marvelous demonstration. I would love to hear all about how you came up with this.
I suppose my projects can wait for a few more centuries, if it's all right with you, Nick.
Nothing would make me happier.
Excellent. Take a look at this. I've made a device that lets you listen to songs yet to be written. It'll be useless at the end of time, but right now, there's so much to choose from.
You're cheerful.
Well, the songs Zizix's showed us was nice. It makes me think of you. And I think that went well.
Oh? Why is that?
You two talked for the better part of 1,000,000 years. I admit I tuned out after a little while. You lost me somewhere around the amino acids.
You should learn to appreciate life, Nick. Existence, time, all those little things. You have an infinity of eyes. I would expect you to take an interest in more than just rocks.
Why would I, when all my eyes can be here, beholding you?
You used to tell me stories about them. Little things growing on little worlds.
Well, if you liked them, I can tell you more.
Not right now.
Naturally.
I'm busy. There is so much to catch up on now.
Will you consider it?
Consider what?
Joining the Council of Heavens.
Is that what all this was about?
No! Not entirely.
But more so than not.
You seem to like her so. You have so much in common. I think you would be...
We have nothing in common.
I thought you liked her.
There are very few people I like. Most of them are barely tolerable for short periods.
You talked to her for almost 1,000,000 years.
I forget sometimes you are a younger god than I am.
So do I when you behave this way.
Which way?
How can you profess to be a lord of change and yet be so beholden to your grudges and your work?
Nick.
And anytime a chance for your life to be different comes along, you let it wither before it ever has the chance to grow.
Nick.
What?
Are you finished?
I have barely begun.
I will not be the means by which you claw your way back to the Council's good graces. If you want their attention so badly, go join them yourself.
Their attention?
I understand it must be difficult for you when I'm busy with my work so often, and it is so important, and you are so...
What am I? Speak.
demanding.
There it is.
For one who has eyes across the universe, you cannot live without all eyes on you.
You think that is what this is? That I crave their love like some starved animal?
You were the one who said it.
I am doing this because I am afraid.
Of what?
Of what they could do. Not that they ever would, but all this talk of upsetting the order of things, it frightens me. I know you see in your mind's eye. You dream of a universe of evolving life and emerald light, free of the grasp of the industry, free of the guardian of suns, free to be whatever it will become on its own. But they will never allow that. You know they will not. And I hoped, were you at the table, you might be able to reach a compromise.
So you wish to destroy the integrity of my work?
I said nothing like that.
That is what you have described.
I love your work.
Do you love me?
Yes. Of course I do.
Then leave me alone a while. I need space, Nickignick. Space to breathe and to think.
Am I that intolerable to you?
Nickignick.
I could be quiet. I can stay in the corner of your shop, a shadow beneath the stone, and I do not want to be sent away again.
Nickignick. Please.
I am sorry. You are right, as always. Call me when you want me again.
I will.
Do not hesitate.
I will not. Goodbye.
I will see you soon. And I do not know. Our last talk ended so strangely. And I'm not sure now how I feel or what to do. I am in agony, Zizixes. You're doing a different thing now. It's not patronizing, it's something else. You're agreeing, but concealing your thoughts.
I call this one supporting a friend.
I don't need support. I feel as though I am in free fall with nothing to grab onto. Or one of your poor experiments with a black hole distorting me piece by piece. My mind is dissolving. Will you not help me?
Help you?
With your guidance. You always have wisdom to share.
I can tell you how hot the core of a red giant is, or how to make wings that work in space, how to talk to an outsider without going mad, but I cannot tell you how to feel.
What should I do?
Do you want a wing to weep on, or my advice?
I do not weep.
You'll like it better than the advice.
You said this last time. Try me.
You should break up.
You were right. Again. I thought you liked Merrilmar. You two talked about science.
He's not a scientist.
Well, he's an artist, really. An inventor. What's the difference?
He's a tyrant.
You work with tyrants all the time. Surely he is not worse than the industry.
I do my experiments because I love understanding. We live in a universe full of unanswered questions, and I can solve them one stage at a time. Those are my prize. But Merrilmar is doing this for a reason. He has an agenda. What I learn, I share for us all to know. What he learns, he uses for power.
Well, that is just called having aspirations. He is ambitious.
He is dangerous.
Dangerous. Promise. To who?
To anyone who gets in his way.
Then, for all your advanced perceptions of reality, you have misjudged him.
Or perhaps for all your 100 eyes, your sight is clouded.
I know who he is. He is creative and sweet and caring. He only wants to change the order of things because he cares about this universe, and he knows under the industry it will suffocate well before its time.
Oh yes, he wants to suffocate it himself. So much better.
Does his work intimidate you? Is that it?
I'm never intimidated.
That for so long you've been the only purveyor of grand universal secrets.
I trust my intuition. I don't like him.
At the center of him, there is a loving heart. You just have to see it.
I'm sure he wants you to believe so.
What?
I don't think he wants what's best for you, Nick. I really don't.
You would presume to know what is best for me.
Is he your soulmate, Nikignik? Or is he just luring you away from your job long enough to attack the Council of Heavens?
What?
You said he called to you. He lured you away from us, away from me.
It was me. I wanted to run away. I've always wanted to deep down.
Would you have? If Merylmar had never called, would the gates of eternity still be empty? I miss you. I miss having a friend in the council.
I was never part of the council. They left me at the door like an animal.
You had a job. A bad job, but still a job. And I'm trying my best to make everything better. It is twice as hard now that you've left.
I have never gone far.
It feels like it. And the gates remain unguarded.
Someone else can watch them.
Who? Who else is there?
Someone who would be happy sitting there for eternity, waiting for change that will never come.
This is my life's work.
Some life.
Excuse me?
You wouldn't understand what love is. What it means to act out of passion instead of some cold analysis. You have never felt anything you did not take 8 layers of magnification to, plucked apart until it stopped twitching. You are as cold as the vacuum between stars. How could you ever understand?
I'm leaving.
Are you frightened of the truth?
I think you are. You're being unreasonable.
Yes, I am unreasonable. I am driven by emotion, and you cannot fathom it.
For what it's worth,
What?
I hope you still consider me a friend when all of this is over.
It will never be over.
They say nothing lasts forever, Nikignik. And they're right. Nothingness is the only thing that does.
Close your eyes.
I am closing them.
All of them.
All right. I am simply so excited. What is the surprise?
You will see. And now, you can open them now.
Oh, it's beautiful. Some kind of sculpture?
It's my heart, Nikignik.
You don't have a heart. You're a boundless, immaterial god.
I do, believe it or not. And it belongs to you.
Does it really?
I know I don't deserve you.
On the contrary.
The thoughtfulness, the attention.
You're acting awfully soft.
I've never had someone to watch out for me before. Ever since I woke up in the orchard, I've been running. From great destroyers looking to feast on small gods, from the reach of the industry. I wanted to run far away, away from every problem, away from everyone who could ever hurt me. Because everything I am could tear apart the heavens.
I know.
And for the first time, I have someone on my side. Someone who's always there. Someone I can trust. It's hard for me to believe sometimes, and I don't always know how to handle you gracefully.
I will always be by your side, if you let me.
Please never leave.
I won't. I love you.
I love you too. And I can't wait to spend the new age with you.
The what?
You know my creations are never just aesthetic.
I am afraid to ask what this one does.
Not much, by itself, but placed across a few thousand worlds.
Your little blue one is coming along. They've learned to walk.
It's going to fix everything.
You've made peace with the council.
I'm going to end the council.
Oh.
This heart creates blood, Nick. And that blood will fill a world with incredible new life.
More life for the industry to harvest?
Life that is useless to him. My blood burns thusly.
It burns green.
The fire of souls, altered forever, changed beyond use. Free.
I am trying to understand the purpose.
Let the fire spread, Nick. Wherever life carries it, from one world to the next, it will spread like a wildfire in the grove.
And then what?
The old parasite starves. The universe is forever free of him, and without him, the council collapses.
You cannot be serious.
What about me suggests otherwise?
Surely you would not kill one of our friends.
The world burner is not our friend. He is a tyrant.
Would you not simply become the next?
No. I am not a jealous god. I have no need to rule, only to create.
What are all of these things?
They all go together. 3 keys, 3 doors, 3 crowns. Insurance.
Insurance for what?
In case something happens to me. The heart will run of its own accord. My workshop will burn with my energy for 1 billion years at least. I will admit, I had hoped you would be more excited about getting to see my work.
I am not excited. I am concerned.
This is our salvation, Nick. A universe freed from an iron grasp. One where you and I can be together. Without fear. With no one to divide us or tear us apart.
You do not need to create that universe. It is already here.
No, not quite. But soon.
What are you planning?
That little blue world is a start. A test, if you will. A beautiful beginning. Come, Nick. I have set things in motion. Let me show you how it works.
I want to run away. We could run away.
That is the difference between us, Nick.
We could go far, far away from all of this. Leave the universe behind. There have to be others out there.
None in our reach. None but the one we make.
We could have a quiet life together. Just you and I. Would that not be enough for you?
It is not fair to ask me that question.
Because I may not like the answer.
Because I can want you and also want all that is my nature. I am the garden of the end. Life, death and rebirth, the changing of the age, the turning wheel, the spirit of the spring.
I know all your names.
Then do you not know me? Look at this universe, Nickignick, with all your eyes. It is stagnant, routine.
New worlds form all the time.
And are seized by the industry. I will never be content until the order is fixed. And in a universe of green fire, we can run free together.
Will you finally be done with your work after that?
Yes. It has all been for this.
I need you to promise me that if you go through with this, we will be done with the workshop, done with the long hours, that we can spend eternity together instead of forcing ourselves apart.
I promise.
Then I believe in you, and I will help you see it through.
Good. There's not much left to do. I will take my heart to the little blue planet and run my first test. If it goes well, then this will all be over soon.
Would you like me to join you?
I would not mind.
On the contrary, my dear, I hear my friend Zizix is calling.
She cannot enter the workshop. She cannot see this.
Well. How about I go speak with her and keep her distracted a little while you get this going?
Good. Then I will see you soon. I'll be back in a moment.
See you soon. Zizixes, what is the matter? You rarely sound so distraught.
Come quickly. There's not much time.
I follow, but where are we going? I could look ahead.
Keep your attention on me, Nickignick.
I am. Are we at the gates of eternity?
The gates to the Council of Heavens, yes.
If you have taken it upon yourself to reinstate me, I will not go.
Just come inside. You need to hear what they have to say.
They wish me to go inside.
Yes. I know, it's a big deal. You're welcome. Just hurry.
I never thought I would get the chance. Very well. Zizix, it is empty.
Yes, it is. And it's also very, very secure.
I'm not sure What are you doing? Zizix, you've shut the doors.
Please stay here.
Ziz? I do not understand. What is going on?
I'm sorry. I really am.
You have shut me in? Why would you do this? Let me out. I can still see you standing there on the other side of the door. I can still see everywhere. Let me away.
This is only for a moment. I had to keep you out of harm's way. I don't want you getting caught in the crossfire, and knowing you, that's exactly where you'd be.
The crossfire?
I'm so sorry. They were gonna kill you too.
Zizix, please tell me what is happening, and I can...
You're too late, soul burner.
No.
Don't look, the
You
Kignick.
think you've come here to put an end to me?
Marilmar walks across a field of ice,
Don't watch.
and the sky darkens and turns to brimstone.
I am never ending.
The industry descends. The fire that burns in its belly roils, and 1,000 demons pour forth from heaven. The sun shines blood red, and Toshito steps forth from it, claws and teeth and eyes burning with the heat of 1,000 suns.
Look away,
And
please.
the fire that burns in me will never end.
You knew! You knew, and still they... No! No, 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 no!
Nick, I'm going to open the doors now. It's all right. It's finished.
No. No, no. Merylmar. He is gone.
I'm sorry. I really am. I'll leave you alone a little while. If you need anything, I'll be right here. All right?
Fly me to the moon and let me set among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love.
Starcrossed Gods premiered as a live show for the Streaming for Survivors 2023 fundraising campaign, where we raised over $1,700 to fund 28 hours of counseling for the Salal Sexual Violence Support Center. The voice of Zizix's Emptiness Between Worlds was Charlene Beyer, who runs the queer and feminist horror movie review podcast Drinking and Screaming, and has been the voice of Zizix's since episode 13 of this show. You can find her online at Charlene Beyer, or the link in the description. The voice of Merylmar, Garden of the End, was Jeremy Cobb, voice actor and dungeon master extraordinaire. Jeremy is a DM of the TTRPG show Three Black Halflings, and co-host of the sci-fi movie review podcast The Quantum Reactor. You can find him online at JeremyCobb1, or the link below. Music was used under license from Artlist.com, with original covers of Fly Me to the Moon by Rat Grimes, creator of the Somewhere, Ohio series of shows. You can find these and Rat's other work at ratgrimes.bandcamp.com.